Question 1. Regulatory framework. Which of the following is a key requirement under the North Dakota Insurance Code regarding claims handling? A. All claims must be settled within 30 days of receipt. B. Insurers must acknowledge receipt of the claim within 10 days. C. Adjusters must provide a written report to policyholders after every claim investigation. D. Claims involving property damage must be resolved without the need for an investigation. Answer: B. Insurers must acknowledge receipt of a claim within 10 days. Explanation: under the North Dakota Insurance Code, insurers were required to acknowledge receipt of a claim within 10 days. This acknowledgement is critical as it sets the tone for the claims process and ensures that the policyholder is informed that their claim is being processed. Option is incorrect because there is no universal requirement for all claims to be settled within 30 days, or the timeline may vary based on the complexity of the claim. Option C is misleading as while adjusters often provide reports, there is no mandate for a report after every investigation unless specified by the insurer. Option D is incorrect because investigations are often necessary to ensure accurate claims evaluation and settlement. Question 2. Claims process scenario-based. Mr. Thompson filed a claim for water damage caused by a burst pipe in his home. After initial acknowledgement, he has not received any communication from the insurer for over 3 weeks. Which of the following actions should Mr. Thompson take to expedite the claims process? A. Wait another week for the insurer to respond. B. File a complaint with the North Dakota Insurance Department. C. Contact the insurer to request a status update on his claim. D. Hire a public adjuster immediately. Answer: C. Contact the insurer to request a status update on his claim. Explanation: in this scenario, Mr. Thompson should take proactive steps to expedite the claims process by contacting the insurer to request a status update. Communication is key in claims handling, and following up can clarify any issues or delays. Option A is not advisable because waiting further may prolong the process unnecessarily. Option B, while a valid option if the situation does not improve, should typically be a last resort after direct communication fails. Option D, hiring a public adjuster may be premature and unnecessary at this stage unless the claim becomes complex or contentious. Question 3. Valuation methods. Which of the following statements best describes the concept of actual cash value (ACV) in the context of property insurance? A. ACV is calculated by taking the replacement cost and adding the depreciation value. B. ACV represents the cost to replace an item at today's prices minus depreciation. C. ACV is always higher than replacement cost value. RCV because it considers market value. D. ACV applies only to commercial property claims and not to residential claims. Answer: B. ACV represents the cost to replace an item at today's prices minus depreciation. Explanation: actual cash value (ACV) is a method used in property insurance that reflects the replacement cost of an item minus any depreciation. This means that ACV accounts for wear and tear over time, providing a more accurate assessment of an item's current value rather than its replacement cost. Option A is incorrect as ACV does not involve adding depreciation to replacement costs, or rather, it subtracts depreciation from the replacement cost. Option C is false because ACV is generally lower than RCV due to the deduction of depreciation. Option D is misleading since ACV applies to both commercial and residential claims, making it a standard practice across various property types. Question 4. Types of adjusters. Which of the following statements accurately differentiates a public adjuster from a staff adjuster? A. Public adjusters are employed by insurance companies while staff adjusters work independently. B. Public adjusters represent the insured while staff adjusters represent the insurer. C. Public adjusters are limited to handling commercial claims while staff adjusters handle only personal lines. D. Public adjusters must be licensed in every state while staff adjusters do not require licensing. Answer: B. Public adjusters represent the insured while staff adjusters represent the insurer. Explanation: public adjusters are independent professionals who advocate for policyholders in the claims process, ensuring that the insured receives a fair settlement from the insurer. In contrast, staff adjusters are employees of insurance companies and work on behalf of the insurer to evaluate and settle claims. Option A is incorrect because public adjusters do not work for insurance companies. Option C is misleading as public adjusters can handle both commercial and residential claims. Option D is also incorrect because both public and staff adjusters are required to be licensed in their respective states to operate legally. Question 5. Claims investigation. During a claims investigation, which of the following actions is most appropriate for an adjuster when assessing the validity of a claim? A. Rely solely on the policyholder's statement without further investigation. B. Interview witnesses and collect corroborative evidence to support the claim. C. Immediately deny the claim if the policyholder seems uncertain during questioning. D. Request the policyholder to provide a list of other claims they have filed in the past. Answer. B. Interview witnesses and collect corroborative evidence to support the claim. Explanation. An adjuster's responsibility during the claims investigation is to gather comprehensive evidence to assess the validity of the claim thoroughly. Interviewing witnesses and collecting corroborative evidence helps ensure that the decision is based on factual information rather than assumptions. Option is not advisable, as relying solely on one source can lead to incomplete assessments. Option C is inappropriate because an adjuster must conduct a thorough investigation before making a determination about the claim's validity. Option D may not be directly relevant to assessing the current claim unless prior claims impact the current one, but it is not standard practice. Question 6. Claims settlement. In preparing a settlement offer, which of the following factors is not typically considered by an adjuster? A. The terms and conditions outlined in the insurance policy. B. The emotional state of the policyholder at the time of negotiation. C. The estimated cost of repairs or replacement as determined by estimates. D. The evidence collected during the claims investigation. Answer. B. The emotional state of the policyholder at the time of negotiation. Explanation. When preparing a settlement offer, adjusters focus on objective factors such as policy terms, estimated repair or replacement costs, and evidence collected during the claims investigation. The emotional state of the policyholder is not a legitimate factor in determining the offer amount. However, understanding the policyholder's perspective can help facilitate negotiation. Option A is essential because the policy dictates coverage limits and exclusions. Option C is crucial as the adjuster needs accurate repair costs to formulate a fair offer. Option D is relevant because evidence influences the adjuster's assessment of liability and coverage. Question 7. Valuation methods. Which of the following scenarios would most likely require the use of replacement cost value (RCV) rather than actual cash value (ACV) for selling a claim? A homeowner's roof is damaged by hail and they have an RCV endorsement on their policy. B. A 10-year-old vehicle is totaled in an accident and the insured requests compensation. C. An antique piece of furniture is stolen from a residence and its market value is uncertain. D. A commercial building is affected by a fire and the insured only wants to recover the depreciation value. Answer A. A homeowner's roof is damaged by hail and they have an RCV endorsement on their policy. Explanation. In this scenario, if the homeowner has an RCV endorsement, the insurer is obligated to cover the full cost to replace the roof without deducting for depreciation. RCV is typically applied in property policies where the insured wishes to replace damaged items at current market prices. Option B refers to ACV as vehicles are commonly valued at their pre-loss market value, which includes depreciation. Option C may involve ACV as well, since the market value is often uncertain and depreciation impacts value. Option D incorrectly assumes that the insured prefers depreciation when RCV would typically yield a higher payout for full replacement. Question 8. Ethical considerations. An adjuster learns that a colleague has been altering claim reports to favor the insurer's interests. Which of the following actions should the adjuster take in accordance with ethical guidelines? A. Ignore the behavior as it does not directly involve them. B. Discuss the issue with the colleague and try to persuade them to stop. C. Report the behavior to a supervisor or the appropriate regulatory body. D. Confront the colleague publicly to discourage such practices. Answer. C. Report the behavior to a supervisor or the appropriate regulatory body. Explanation. Ethical guidelines in the insurance industry require adjusters to act with integrity and report any unethical behavior. Failing to report such misconduct can undermine the integrity of the claims process and lead to more significant issues. Option is unethical as it ignores the potential harm to clients and the insurance industry. Option B, while a commendable action, does not fulfill the obligation to report unethical conduct. Option D is inappropriate because public confrontation could escalate the situation and may not lead to a resolution. Question 9. Consumer protection laws. Under the North Dakota consumer protection laws, which practiced by an insurer is considered a violation? A. Denying a claim without providing a written explanation. B. Offering an expedited claims process for certain types of policies. C. Allowing policyholders to appeal claim decisions. D. Providing policyholders with a copy of their insurance policy upon request. Answer A. Denying a claim without providing a written explanation. Explanation. Consumer protection laws require insurers to provide a written explanation when denying a claim, ensuring transparency and allowing policyholders to understand the basis for the decision. This protects consumers' rights and facilitates an informed appeal process. Option B is not a violation. Insurers can choose to expedite claims as a customer service enhancement. Option C is not only permissible but encouraged as it provides policyholders an avenue for recourse. Option D is a requirement, as policyholders have the right to access their policy documents. Question 10. Claims evaluation. During the evaluation of a claim for a damaged commercial building, an adjuster discovers that the policyholder has made significant renovations without notifying the insurer. How should the adjuster proceed? A. Deny the claim outright due to non-disclosure. B. Evaluate the claim based only on the original building specifications. C. Discuss the renovations with the policyholder and assess their impact on the claim. D. Recommend the policyholder update their policy to reflect the renovations. Answer C. Discuss the renovations with the policyholder and assess their impact on the claim. Explanation. The adjuster should first communicate with the policyholder about the renovations to determine their relevance to the claim. This discussion can help clarify the extent of the renovations and how they may affect coverage or claim valuation. It is crucial to gather all pertinent information before making any decisions. Option is too extreme. While non-disclosure could lead to coverage issues, the claim should not be denied outright without further investigation. Option B ignores critical information that could affect the value of the claim. Option D is appropriate but not the immediate step in handling the claim evaluation process. Question 11. Fair claims settlement practices. Which of the following actions by an adjuster would be considered a violation of fair claims settlement practices? A. Promptly acknowledging receipt of a claim and assigning it for investigation. B. Offering a settlement that is significantly lower than the documented damages without justification. C. Providing the policyholder with updates on the claim status during the investigation. D. Utilizing an independent appraiser to evaluate disputed damages. Answer B. Offering a settlement that is significantly lower than the documented damages without justification. Explanation. Fair claims settlement practices require adjusters to offer settlements that are reasonable and based on documented evidence of damages. Offering a significantly lower settlement without justification undermines the integrity of the claims process and may be considered an unfair practice. Option A is compliant with fair practices, as acknowledging claims promptly is part of good customer service. Option C is also compliant, as keeping policyholders informed is crucial for transparency. Option D is appropriate, as involving independent appraisers can help ensure fair evaluations. Question 12. Ethical considerations. An adjuster receives a gift from a contractor who wants to be considered for future repair jobs related to claims the adjuster handles. What is the most ethical action for the adjuster to take? A. Accept the gift and keep it secret as it won't affect their work. B. Accept the gift and disclose it to their supervisor. C. Politely decline the gift and inform the contractor of the ethical guidelines against accepting gifts. D. Return the gift after discussing it with the contractor. Answer C. Politely decline the gift and inform the contractor of the ethical guidelines against accepting gifts. Explanation. Ethical guidelines for adjusters typically prohibit accepting gifts or favors that may influence their judgment or create a conflict of interest. Politely declining the gift maintains professional integrity and transparency. Option A is unethical as it compromises the adjuster's integrity. Option B, while disclosing may seem responsible, does not rectify the acceptance of a potentially compromising gift. Option D may create an uncomfortable situation for the contractor, as the act of returning the gift could imply distance. Question 13. Claims process. Mr. Thompson files a claim for water damage after a pipe burst in his home. He submits photographs and a contractor's estimate for repairs. What should the adjuster do first upon receiving this claim? A. Immediately approve the claim based on the contractor's estimate. B. Request additional documentation, including the original repair invoice. C. Conduct a site inspection to verify the damage and evaluate the claim. D. Inform Mr. Thompson that his claim has been denied due to lack of coverage. Answer C. Conduct a site inspection to verify the damage and evaluate the claim. Explanation. The adjuster's first step should be to conduct a site inspection to assess the damage firsthand and verify the claim. This evaluation allows the adjuster to determine the extent of the damage and whether it falls within the coverage limits of the policy. Option A is premature without verification of the damages. Option B may be a necessary step later, but verifying the damage is more critical at this stage. Option D is inappropriate as it is too early to deny a claim without proper investigation. Question 14. Valuation methods. In the event of a total loss of a home insured for $300,000 with an actual cash value (SEV) policy, what amount would the insurer likely pay if the home had depreciated to an estimated value of $240,000 at the time of the loss? A. $300,000. B. $240,000. C. $360,000. D. $0. Answer B. $240,000. Explanation. With an ACV policy, the insurer pays the replacement cost of the home minus depreciation. Therefore, if the depreciated value of the home at the time of the loss is $240,000, that is the amount the insurer would typically pay. Option A represents the full insured amount, which would only apply under replacement cost value ACV policy. Option C is incorrect as it exceeds the policy limit and is not applicable to ACV. Option D is not a possibility since there is a value to pay. Question 15. Types of insurance policies. Which of the following statements accurately describes general liability insurance? A. It covers damages to the insured's property in the event of theft. B. It provides coverage for bodily injury and property damage claims made by third parties. C. It specifically protects against employee injuries on the job site. D. It is designed solely for protecting vehicles from accidents. Answer B. It provides coverage for bodily injury and property damage claims made by third parties. Explanation. General liability insurance is crucial for businesses as it protects against claims of bodily injury and property damage that third parties may incur due to the insured's operations. This coverage is fundamental for safeguarding against lawsuits and other claims. Option A pertains more to property insurance, while option C relates to workers' compensation insurance. Option D describes auto insurance, which is distinct from general liability. Question 16. Regulatory framework. Which federal law governs the privacy of personal health information and would be relevant for adjusters when handling claims involving medical records? A. Fair Credit Reporting Act of CRA. B. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA. C. Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, GLBA. D. Affordable Care Act, ACA. Answer B. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA. Explanation. HIPAA sets national standards for the protection of individuals' medical records and personal health information. Adjusters must comply with HIPAA when handling claims that involve accessing or sharing medical records to protect patient confidentiality. Option A relates to consumer credit information, while option C focuses on financial privacy. Option D is more about healthcare coverage and not directly related to privacy concerns. Question 17. Critical thinking and problem solving. During a claims investigation, an adjuster discovers conflicting statements between the insured and a witness regarding the cause of an accident. What should the adjuster do next? A. Accept the insured's statement as more credible without further inquiry. B. Dismiss the claim due to conflicting information. C. Gather additional evidence, such as police reports or photographs, to clarify the situation. D. Recommend a settlement based on the witness's statement alone. Answer C. Gather additional evidence, such as police reports or photographs, to clarify the situation. Explanation. When faced with conflicting statements, it is critical for the adjuster to seek further evidence to clarify the discrepancies. This may include police reports, witness statements, or other documentation that can provide a clearer picture of the situation. Option A is not advisable as it relies on one statement without verification. Option B is premature, since conflicts may be resolved through further evidence. Option D is inappropriate, as basing decisions solely on one witness's account disregards the full context. Question 18. Claims evaluation. Which factor is most critical for an adjuster to assess when determining liability in an auto accident claim? A. The age of the drivers involved. B. The weather conditions at the time of the accident. C. The police report and statements from involved parties. D. The cost of damages to the vehicles. Answer C. The police report and statements from involved parties. Explanation. Determining liability in an auto accident claim hinges on factual evidence, which is best gathered from the police report and the statements of those involved. This information provides critical insights into the circumstances surrounding the accident and helps establish fault. Option is irrelevant to liability determination. Option B can provide context but is not as crucial as factual statements regarding the incident. Option D may impact the claim's value but does not directly influence liability. Question 19. Practical applications. During a role-playing scenario, an adjuster is negotiating with a policyholder who believes their settlement offer is too low. What is the best approach for the adjuster to take? A. Stand firm on the offer and refuse to discuss further. B. Listen to the policyholder's concerns and provide a detailed explanation of how the offer was calculated. C. Offer to increase the settlement amount without any justification to appease the policyholder. D. Suggest the policyholder consult with a lawyer to handle the dispute. Answer. B. Listen to the policyholder's concerns and provide a detailed explanation of how the offer was calculated. Explanation. Effective negotiation requires active listening and clear communication. The adjuster should validate the policyholder's concerns while also explaining how the settlement offer was derived, which can help the policyholder understand the rationale behind it. Option is not conducive to resolution and may damage the relationship. Option C is unprofessional as it undermines the integrity of the claims process without basis. Option D may escalate the situation unnecessarily. The adjuster should aim to resolve the issue directly. Question 20. Special considerations. In the aftermath of a natural disaster, what is one of the primary responsibilities of an adjuster? A. To assess the total economic impact on the insurance industry. B. To prioritize claims based on the policyholder's history of previous claims. C. To assist policyholders in understanding their coverage and filing claims in a timely manner. D. To collaborate only with other insurance company adjusters. Answer. C. To assist policyholders in understanding their coverage and filing claims in a timely manner. Explanation. After natural disaster, many policyholders may be confused or overwhelmed by the claims process. One of the adjuster's primary responsibilities is to guide policyholders through the complexities of their coverage, helping them understand their rights and obligations. This assistance is crucial for ensuring claims are filed correctly and promptly, which can lead to faster settlements and recovery for the affected individuals. Option is not the adjuster's role as they focus on individual claims rather than broader economic impacts. Option B would be unethical as it should not factor into how claims are handled after a disaster. All claims should be treated fairly regardless of the policyholder's history. Option D is incorrect as collaboration should also include communication with policyholders and other relevant parties, not just other adjusters. Question 21. Claims investigation. What is the primary purpose of conducting a site inspection during a claims investigation? A. To create a visual record for legal purposes. B. To assess the emotional state of the policyholder. C. To verify the cause of the loss and gather evidence. D. To determine if the insurance policy needs revisions. Answer. C. To verify the cause of the loss and gather evidence. Explanation. The site inspection is critical for the adjuster to establish the facts surrounding the loss. This involves verifying the cause of the loss, collecting evidence such as photograph, witness statements, and other relevant documentation, while creating a visual record. Option A can be a benefit of the inspection. It is not the primary purpose. Assessing the emotional state of the policyholder. Option B is important for communication but is not the main focus of the inspection. Determining policy revisions. Option D is outside the scope of the claims investigation process. Question 22. Ethical considerations. An adjuster discovers that a policyholder has filed multiple claims for similar losses within a short time frame. What should the adjuster do? A. Immediately deny the latest claim without further investigation. B. Investigate the claims thoroughly and document any patterns of potential fraud. C. Inform the policyholder that they will not receive any payments for the new claim. D. Recommend to the policyholder that they switch insurance companies. Answer. B. Investigate the claims thoroughly and document any patterns of potential fraud. Explanation. The adjuster is obligated to investigate any patterns that might suggest fraudulent activity. This includes reviewing the history of claims to ensure that they are legitimate. Denying the claim outright without investigation, option A, could be unethical and legally problematic. Informing the policyholder they will not receive payments, option C, without a thorough investigation would also be premature and could lead to legal issues. Recommending a switch of insurance companies, option D, is not within the adjuster's role and could be seen as a conflict of interest. Question 23. Types of adjusters. Which type of adjuster primarily represents the interests of the policyholder during the claims process? A. Independent adjuster. B. Staff adjuster. C. Public adjuster. D. Insurance company adjuster. Answer: C. Public adjuster. Explanation: Public adjusters are hired by policyholders to advocate on their behalf during the claims process. They work to ensure that the policyholder receives a fair settlement based on the terms of their policy. Independent adjusters, option A, can work for either the insurer or the policyholder, but staff adjusters, option B, are employees of the insurance company and primarily represent the insurer's interests. Insurance company adjusters, option D, also work on behalf of the insurer. Question 24. Valuation methods. In determining the value of a damaged property, which valuation method accounts for depreciation? A. Replacement cost value, RCV. B. Actual cash value, SEV. C. Market value. D. Guaranteed replacement cost. Answer: B. Actual cash value, SEV. Explanation: Actual cash value, SEV, takes into account depreciation by calculating the replacement cost minus any depreciation for wear and tear. This method reflects the current value of the property rather than its original cost. Replacement cost value, RCV, option A, represents the cost to replace the property without depreciation. Market value, option C, is the price at which the property would sell in the open market, while guaranteed replacement cost, option D, provides coverage without deducting for depreciation, ensuring that the insured can replace the property even if costs exceed the original value. Question 25. Claim settlement. During a negotiation for a claim settlement, what is an important tactic for an adjuster to use? A. Setting a high initial offer to anchor the negotiation. B. Avoiding any discussion of the policy details. C. Remaining silent to pressure the policyholder into accepting terms. D. Clearly explaining the rationale behind the settlement offer. Answer: D. Clearly explaining the rationale behind the settlement offer. Explanation: Effective negotiation involves transparency and clear communication. By explaining the rationale behind the settlement offer, the adjuster fosters trust and understanding, which can lead to a smoother negotiation process. Setting a high initial offer, option A, may backfire and lead to mistrust. Avoiding discussion of policy details, option B, can cause confusion and resentment. Remaining silent, option C, is not an effective tactic and can lead to misunderstandings or feelings of pressure on the policyholder. Question 26. Insurance policies. Which type of coverage would typically protect a business against lawsuits due to employee injuries on the job? A. General liability insurance. B. Professional liability insurance. C. Workers' compensation insurance. D. Property insurance. Answer: C. Workers' compensation insurance. Explanation: Workers' compensation insurance is specifically designed to cover medical expenses and lost wages for employees injured on the job, and it protects the employer from lawsuits related to those injuries. General liability insurance, option A, covers third-party claims for bodily injury and property damage, but does not cover employee injuries. Professional liability insurance, option B, protects against claims of negligence in professional services, and property insurance, option D, covers damage to physical assets, but not injuries. Question 27. Claims process. What documentation is most critical to have when processing a claim for theft? A. A copy of the insurance policy. B. Eyewitness accounts. C. A police report. D. A letter from the policyholder's neighbor. Answer: C. A police report. Explanation: A police report is essential when processing a theft claim, as it provides an official record of the incident and is typically required by insurance companies for claims involving theft. While a copy of the insurance policy, option A, is important for understanding coverage, it does not serve as evidence of the theft. Eyewitness accounts, option B, can be helpful but may not always be available. A letter from a neighbor, option D, is generally not sufficient documentation on its own. Question 28. Ethical considerations. An adjuster is approached by a contractor who offers a kickback for referring repair work to them. What is the best course of action for the adjuster? A. Accept the offer and ensure the repairs are done correctly. B. Decline the offer and report the incident to the insurance company. C. Negotiate a higher kickback for more referrals. D. Ignore the offer as it is not unusual in the industry. Answer: B. Decline the offer and report the incident to the insurance company. Explanation: accepting a kickback constitutes a conflict of interest and is unethical. The adjuster should decline the offer and report it to their employer to maintain integrity and compliance with ethical standards. Accepting option A and negotiating option C would further compromise the adjuster's ethical standing, while ignoring option D could lead to complicity in unethical practices within the industry. Question 29. Regulatory framework. Which of the following laws primarily protects the privacy of consumers in their insurance transactions? A. Fair Claims Settlement Practices Act. B. Graham-Leach-Bliley Act GBA. C. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act HIPAA. D. National Flood Insurance Act. Answer: B. Graham-Leach-Bliley Act GBA. Explanation: the Graham-Leach-Bliley Act GBA requires financial institutions, including insurance companies, to explain their information sharing practices and to protect consumers' private financial information. The Fair Claims Settlement Practices Act Option A relates more to the fair handling of claims than privacy. HIPAA. Option C specifically protects health information, and while relevant to healthcare insurers, it does not cover all consumer transactions. The National Flood Insurance Act Option D pertains to flood insurance specifically, not consumer privacy. Question 30. Practical applications. In a role-playing scenario, an adjuster must negotiate with their policyholder who feels their claim was undervalued. What approach should the adjuster take? A. Insist that the company's valuation is correct and end the conversation. B. Listen to the policyholder's concerns and provide a detailed explanation of the valuation process. C. Offer to increase the settlement amount without justification. D. Tell the policyholder that they can appeal the decision without any further discussion. Answer: B. Listen to the policyholder's concerns and provide a detailed explanation of the valuation process. Explanation: listening to the policyholder and explaining the valuation process fosters communication and trust, which is essential in claims handling. It allows the policyholder to understand the rationale behind the settlement offer. Insisting on the company's valuation without dialogue, option A, can lead to frustration. Offering to increase the settlement without justification, option C, is unethical and unprofessional. Simply telling the policyholder they can appeal, option D, without addressing their concerns does not resolve the issue and may further escalate the situation.